Meta just dropped a bombshell that sent their stock soaring 9% in a single day. They are spending $182 billion on AI data centers, and now they are coming directly for Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud, and Microsoft Azure. This changes everything about the trillion-dollar cloud computing industry, and most people have no idea what is about to happen. Welcome back. If you have been watching Meta over the past year, you noticed something strange happening. Their capital expenditure nearly doubled from $37 billion in 2024 to almost $70 billion in 2025. And in 2026, they are on track to spend $135 billion. That is more than the entire GDP of many countries. But here is the massive problem. Meta only makes money from advertising. They had zero diversified revenue streams. Wall Street hated this situation. The stock was down 7% year to date, making it the second worst performer in the entire Magnificent Seven group. Investors everywhere were asking the same question that Mark Zuckerberg kept hearing behind closed doors. What exactly are you building all this insane computing power for, and who is going to pay for it? On July 1, 2026, Meta finally answered that question in spectacular fashion, and the market went crazy. Make sure to hit that subscribe button because this story is unfolding right now. Meta is launching a cloud infrastructure business internally called Meta Compute. They are going to sell access to their massive AI computing power and even their proprietary AI models to outside customers. This is a direct frontal challenge to the three kings of cloud computing: Amazon Web Services, Google Cloud, and Microsoft Azure. The strategy has two distinct prongs. First, they will sell raw compute capacity just like CoreWeave does. You bring your own software stack and simply rent Meta's hardware by the hour. Second, they will sell access to AI models hosted on Meta's infrastructure, similar to how Amazon Bedrock works. That includes their recently launched closed-weight model called Muse Spark, which is incredibly capable. The stock market reaction was immediate and dramatic. Shares surged to $617 in a single session. Jim Cramer said on CNBC that until today, everyone was wondering what Meta was even doing with all that spending. Now they finally have a coherent story for Wall Street. To truly understand why this matters, you have to see the sheer scale of what Meta is building. They have committed a staggering $182 billion to AI infrastructure over the coming years. Their new data center in Ohio is literally the size of Manhattan Island. Mark Zuckerberg said that himself in an earnings call, and it is not an exaggeration. Another massive complex in Louisiana is under construction right now with thousands of workers on site. Meta is not tiptoeing into cloud computing. They are building the largest data center empire on planet Earth, and they are doing it faster than any competitor. Compare those numbers directly. Microsoft is spending around $190 billion on infrastructure this year. Google is at $185 billion. Amazon is at $200 billion. Meta is now spending in the same league as these cloud giants, but until this announcement, they had zero cloud revenue. This single strategic shift turns their biggest liability into their biggest asset overnight. If you are learning something new, smash the like button and subscribe for more deep analysis. But not everyone is celebrating this news. Some analysts are warning that Meta's cloud business faces a massive trust problem that could limit its growth. Would OpenAI or Anthropic really rent computing power from a company that builds its own competing AI models? That is the billion-dollar question. Paul Meeks from Freedom Capital Markets put it bluntly in his research note. If Meta has a product that is actively competing with us, people will hesitate to buy their cloud services. However, the demand for AI compute is so absolutely insane right now that customers may simply not care about that conflict. The SpaceX model already proved this works. In May 2026, SpaceX signed a massive deal with Anthropic to lease all available compute at their Colossus One data center. When your direct competitor is willing to rent you their servers, you know the market is desperate for computing power. The bigger existential risk might be the AI infrastructure bubble itself. Chips depreciate in value incredibly fast, and if AI companies cannot generate enough end-user revenue to justify this trillion-dollar spending spree, we could see a painful reckoning in the industry. Here is how this affects you directly and why you should care. First, more competition in cloud computing means lower prices across the board. AWS, Google Cloud, and Azure will all have to fight harder for every customer, and that benefits every single developer, startup, and business using AI in the cloud. Second, Meta is reportedly exploring a full-service cloud platform with developer tools, enterprise support, and integrated services. That is not just raw compute. That could take years to build, but imagine having Instagram, Facebook, and WhatsApp-level infrastructure available to anyone with a credit card. Third, Meta's incredibly popular open-weight Llama models could become deeply integrated into this cloud platform, giving developers access to world-class open-source AI without paying OpenAI or Anthropic premium subscription fees. This is the beginning of a massive shakeup in the cloud computing industry, and it is all happening right now as we speak. So here is the bottom line. Meta just turned their biggest investor concern into their next potential billion-dollar business. With $182 billion committed to infrastructure, a data center the size of Manhattan, and a stock market that is finally cheering them on, Meta Compute could completely reshape the cloud industry over the next few years. The only remaining question is whether they can actually execute on this vision. Would you rent cloud servers from a company that competes with your own AI products? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this deep dive, smash the like button and subscribe for more breaking AI business news every single day. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.